Great and beautiful morning to you all, wherever you are joining me at this hour. So, welcome to 250 edition of Investdata Trading Academy live with Ambrose. Yes, I would say that the market, on the international scene remain very mixed as a result of different factors or fundamental news driving the market up and down. Also, being the last trading day of the week, all eyes and what on no more economic report, especially the non-farm group today. And that is why you can see that the market across the globe is a bit, though I will tell you that they are all looking at to see what will be, the data they are looking at, to look like. And for on that note, most of them in the market today are playing with what with caution. Caution in the sense that are they expecting to see the U.S. report, job report, and also, as I said earlier, they're also looking at the earnings that are coming to the market, doing analysis on them. But the news here again that is giving a lot of concern is some regional banks again in that domain, especially in U.S. market. Seen that yesterday, one of the regional bank lost about 50% down in terms of price. That also have sent panic to the market again. But don't forget that the outcome of Fed again, because we need to have a meeting for 2 days, and remember that period. Fed also increase their rate to 25%, which is expected. Also, central European Central Bank also have done the same thing, putting their rate in the up direction. But in US, there's a sign that already that the things maybe they likely the last rate hike they will do, they might also go back to normalization or rate cut, if possible in the nearest future. But I will tell you that the dynamics in the oil market also is what the central banks of the world are looking at. Yes, we have seen that oil price remain a bit low, heading to close for the week loss, then around there, despite rebounding a little to around 73.86 per dollar of crude oil. But I tell you, what is happening in Ukraine is not a matter. I can see that the conflict has escalated to, you can see drones being on all, lot of things is just happening now, and nobody know where this war is taking, whether it's going to be another world war, nobody knows the fourth one. For that, I think it is time for the leaders across the globe to start discussing that this will not be another thing that will kind of hamper the economy again. We saw what COVID-19 did to the global economy, and since almost more than a year now that Russia and Ukraine crisis started, you can see that it's going to drive the oil price oscillation, and that also has a way of influencing other instrument in the market. But I believe that the oil price in this level now is as a result of fear of a recession in US. I told you that that is the largest economy, followed by China. And China, purchasing manager index are not looking good. There's a weak, kind of purchasing activity there. And these are the things, the world are looking at. Yes, the fear of a recession. China also, not standing the kind of purchase we expected. Yes, we are seeing this thing looking a bit weak in that environment. These are the things that also is influencing activities in that, in terms of crude oil and the war that is happening. These are the other things that we are seeing. That's why also the inventories of many are still declining. See oil prices are going down. It tells that there are some fundamental issues that are also holding the oil price down. And I said earlier, this major one is fear of recession, and also that China, my friends at all index is not coming back powerfully as expected. These are the things that are sending this signal as we speak now across the globe. Yes, and also we're seeing that the earnings that are coming around the globe are still missed, but most of the numbers are really good numbers despite the fear of recession and at the same time the rate hike in this environment. But also banking sector in the US shaking it also have a way of influencing what the oil price, because I tell you bank failure also as not only the banking sector activities there, but now what we are seeing in another regional bank might also. But I believe that now that the Fed and also the bank, European Central Bank has also given it a kind of a body language that more likely. I believe that if oil price remain relatively low as it is now, that means that bringing down interest rates will be possible, because I tell you, if you bring down interest rate today and oil price so reverse and jump high, as the war also affecting the economy, and that also the the central banks again will be running scatter to use interest rate to check inflation, because I tell you, once this oil price guy has a also pushing cost and all those of which inflation will continue again. But I think that is what we are studying. If there's relatively peace in Russia and Ukraine, that also will support oil price. And can see that all the cuts the OPEC and doing and all those stuff, see oil price continue to look down. You can see that demand is very, very important. The purchasing power of the people is very, very key. These are the things we expect, to drive the market up and down. But in all, I tell you that despite that, we see that the the matured market are a bit dicey and that. I will tell you that the activities in the market in that environment are not totally down, are not worldwide. As we speak now, look at the NASDAQ. Despite this morning, all of them are a bit flat, and we see flat and there's some mixed trend in some of these domain. In US, we are seeing a mixed market already. Also in Europe, or in Asia, you can see the same trend. And Africa is not like we are considered in a market here. NGS, see how the market is going up and down this morning. Open in the green, but as we speak now, we're seeing the market trying to adjust back also into the red. This is how I can see this trend has continued. Also, being the last trading day, the first trading week of May, we believe that as markets go to digest all these numbers, especially in US, that all eyes are on the job report. After they have seen a rate hike of 5 basis points, also inflation data has also been on a decline for the month of April. These are the things that will guide investors and also traders in that environment. But the good thing that year to date in US, I tell you that Nasdaq has been up by almost 15% year to date. Also, S&P around up to like 6%, and there are major stocks that are supporting this market. Yet the trend of the market might all be down, but there are some companies that are going to support this market, and these are high cap stocks. Don't like to have them here in Nigeria. They are called also the fact. This fact that index is also very positive, that contain Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Microsoft, Google, and there's also and some of the other them. And I tell that this index alone is up by about 35% year to date. You can see the power of high cap stocks most time in any market. You can see it surpassed the general market, but see, investors are looking at market is down. But I tell you that despite what is happening, you can see that a trend is also looking positive for this index, trying to rebound up, like I said, year to date now almost I said 35 to 30%, which is good. You can see the power of looking at what is the high cap stocks in the market are doing, and that is why I tell you anywhere the market might be having a positive sentiment in the market. I can see that because of these high cap stocks to suffer some losses or profit taking activities in them, they keep the market in red. For example, in our market here back home here, I'll tell you that the month to date, you see that the market has generally just once after the holiday. But I'll tell you that if you look at the what we call the breadth of the market breadth, at the same time the decline and the advanced line, that have been positive from the first trading day of May today. Why? Because we are seeing more buying activities than selling activities. Why the market was flat on the first 2 days were because of what most big high cap stocks also suffer some losses as a result of profit taking that put the market. But I'll tell you that generally the market is rebounding in this month of May. And if don't forget that the first trading day that was second, I said that in Nigeria history, sell in May has not been effective as it is in the matured economy because of different factors contribute to them. And I said it again that in every 2 years for good 24 years, in 2 years you see make trading led. That means in every 2 years you see month of May closing led, but other ones is 1 month, after 1 month. But I believe that on the trend of what we're seeing, the positive earnings that came from the hotel companies, at the same time we're also seeing a little improvement in economic activities that the MPR that were released on last within the week also signal that there's great improvement in the economy in terms of economic activities. That trend, if it's contained, you can also look at a report that was released recently by CBN that in the last 3 months the rate has increased by almost 8%. If I'm right, it tells you that that period we're having a economic crash, economic scarcity or cash scarcity or cash crunch, anyone call it. We are seeing that those that are doing online transactions are still busy because banks are also lending to most of these bank companies, and they were doing apart from the retailers that were also doing kind of quote. But those that are in wholesale business were still transacting. That also impacted there. For me, I believe that if this trend what we saw in the month of April is sustained in this month of May and June, despite that this month of two heavy activities we're expecting. One is the last NPC meeting that we held for this region, for this government, for this administration, the last one. Yes, might do the CPN work, I might do the one the first one in the new government, but the last for this regime. We believe that this is the last one coming on the 22, 23 of May, and that also before that we will not see the word the handover. Yes, also we can see relatively stability in the exchange rate all this while, but when we start seeing the economic government statement and how they want to go about the economy, so that will also be a plus. But I believe that we have to give them like 100 days for them to start in the office. But within 100 days, activities that will come in, steps that will taken, will also give a direction where the economy is going. That will also change the face of the market. For me, there's no cause for alarm in the market, but as companies have shown strength where they are going, it is now done on us as investors to make sure that we are in position in good stuff. Generally, apart from looking at the technical analysis to confirm some trend and other stuff, if you see an environment where we are seeing an improvement in earnings, and the next if you look at as that earning continue, you want to see price responding to it. It might not be at this first quarter, but if this trend we saw at the end of March was sustained, at the end of September, at the end of June, by God, that is in July, if this trend is sustained, I'll tell you, no matter you have any government, we're changing the world, that will not be. That means as from today, we've seen the market changing in good direction, and also policy that will come from the government and how they want to handle the substitute removal and also services comment. And also, these are the things that the market how to also handle the interest rate as we speak. I'll tell you what we saw even in the expansion in the economy. You can see that if the interest rate is low, where we should not be around that 53.8. If there is low, we could people have access to fund, we would have seen more. I believe that these are the things the income government should have at their back of mind. They need to drive the economy, and that funds must be available at a low cost so that people can have access to expand, and that will also create jobs at the same time to oil the wheel of the economic of the nation. I believe that this is what should be in their mind now, and when they come and they start doing this, that will also bring total change also in the whole thing. I believe that it's a good thing that market is at this level. So at the close of business yesterday, we are seeing about almost 82% buy volume, just 18 sell volume. And that people are taking more position about the 32 stock gain, while just 17 were in the red. But I believe that this trend is a sustained way to the future. That will be a good thing for the market. Because I believe that there's a lot of potential in these companies and the sector where you're operating that you have to keep your eyes on. And we know that all eyes are also inflation to guide us, because you need to see companies that have in their earnings doubled what the inflation rate is. If a company earnings is going faster than inflation, I will tell you that also has a way of supporting the price of that stock to double. That means at this time that they use the environment in the fixed income market, it still means and oscillating up and down. For those that are resigning, for those companies that their earnings have been more than double the what interest inflation rate is, to guide you that at the end of the day, this also reflects on the earnings, who's going to drive the price of these stocks, at the same time drive their payout. If that happens, what you're going to gain at the end of the year, if you're not an investor, will be far than what you get from your fixed income market. These are the 10 investors should also be looking at this period, so that it will guide you to make what informed decision. But I believe that these numbers has a way of influencing prices. I always say that price feed on earnings, and if it's possible positive, you see that it will show. But if it's negative, also going to show. That is that it's when the food is sweet, you see more people want to eat. When the food is sour, you leave the food for people that cook the food, that cook the food, or the food is not sweet. Now, when a company gives good numbers, you see people want to appreciate company. When also a bad number comes to them, market want to treat them the way they look like. That's why we need to understand all this trend in the market, and all what matters at the time in the market is what the sentiment and what and the liquidity that is in the market. That's why in any analysis we are doing, don't play with your money flow and sentiment of the people where it's moving. Is it moving negative or positive? You can see the activities that is reflected in the apart from the transport that we are seeing activities of in Melu and the Tedola before now. Now we're seeing more crossing, but activity that is happening in assets that when the company number or is a huge payout for many companies, marketer to respect that and also react to it. You can see the price, and if you look at that of Access Bank, you can see that we are still getting more bank position than selling. Yeah, people are using opportunity to take profit in Access Bank, but we are seeing at the end of the day, we are seeing more buyers in Access Bank than sellers. That means it's a balanced thing. You need to know where it's driving this price and how and when will it stop. And these are the things you look at, because the mark that date, the more it comes closer, the more people want to take position so that they can qualify. It's not that pay you 130 people. I'll tell you as far that the price is below, that is below that 13 naira, you are making more than 11%, yield as you speak now. You can see what that implies. I believe that there's opportunity in this market if you can calculate, and that is why you are seeing volume and fund and entering the stock. You can see that activities you are seeing in Access Bank, you can see that transaction, but tell you, institutional investors are also increasing their stake because of what they say high dividend, they are not so potential in Access Bank. This also should guide us as investors what to do at this point. Yes, before we go to the live market, I want to quickly look at some numbers that were released this period that we are off the off air, off the program because of one activities I had. I believe that look at these numbers now well, together, and I know you have seen it, but let us also share and see what is in for this company that are going the number, and how can you and I take advantage of their earnings to also start looking their way as we speak now. Because as I said, they are investing in a company with reason, something must attract you. But it's when those things that attract you are start disappearing, that is where you are concerned. But if those that attracted you to this company remain intact, I'll tell you once you are there, put your position on watch so that you won't panic out and come up again. Also, incur more costs, for your trade. But once you know that the numbers of this company are looking good and factors that attracted you in those companies remain intact, you don't need to run out in and out. Rather, you watch with your eyes open and also see what is happening in the market so that also will further guide your activities for what to do in that regard. It's very, very important that we have this at the back of our mind so that it will help us to reach a kind of conclusion what we should do next and where we should look at. Because you need to know where you are taking position, why you are taking that position, why are you saying that this company is better and their earnings is stronger, and you want to make sure that you are buying into a company that has all it takes to support their price in terms of payout. Once you're able to once you know all this at the end of the day, you are in for what good business in what you are trading or you are investing. You must invest with knowledge and also understand the market where you are playing so that it will help you to kind of look at the activities of the company where you are playing, because it's very, very key that you understand exactly what is happening so that at the end of the day you need to know what to do and consider it. Yes, the ones we're looking at, there are very few, although two of them at this hour. We're looking at the Sterling Bank full year result that was released to the market. I know when the result came to the market, there was a kind of a mixed reaction because we were saying that the dividend they paid is not much. So I'll tell you, the company that paid dividend of 15 kobo against 10 kobo, that is almost 50% growth. In their in their payout, in their dividend increase. Let me put that one. Dividend increase for me is not a bad one. But look at the numbers that are brought about this dividend and what is the future of the company or the bank, and also what is happening in the sector. These are things to look at. And what is the price of other stock in that industry selling on the strength of their number. And I believe that this will go a long way to guide us so that at the end of the day, you know what we are doing and what how to do it right. Yes, if you look at the this now as at this result, I'll tell you they also try to factor in their group structure that has been approved and also as a a holding company. But if you look at the gross earning for Sterling Bank, it moved from 150.15 billion to 175.14 billion. That's about 17% up in the grade. Yes, you might say this below reflection figure, but I tell you it's an improvement from where they are coming. And if you look at their PHE, that's about 19.3 billion PHE against 15.02 in 2021, and that represents about 28% in the green for the profit after tax. That's why this for me is a good one. And also the interest income for the group also look very good at this time, which also kind of a general thing for the financial sector, especially the banking, as a result of what the high interest rate, can know that they are the one that benefit directly from it. And this translates to is 67 kobo earning per share against 52 in 2021. And finally, he paid 15 kobo, as I said earlier, against 10 kobo. But the profit margin of this company is still for me. Yes, you say looking at the international standard is above 10%. Last year and this year, got the profit margin stood at 11.02% against 10% in 2022. Fine, 10% is which is the standard across the world that profit margin must be above 10, and that is what you can see here. But I see more room for them. But if you look at something that interests me in this result of it, look at the non-performing loan, compared to the loan general loan was given to this bank. I see that we are seeing that yes, it moved from 1% to 4%, below the central bank rate of 5%. That shows you that no matter the small state of the bank or what we are seeing as earnings, we can see that the risk management of this bank is high, and that for me is a plus. And if you look at the cash flow, like I told you that when you look at the bank cash flow that is negative, you don't need to panic. It shows that more lending, which also going to support the end of the day. The cash flow and the and the balance sheet of Sterling is not looking bad. But with this 15 global dividend rate for those that are long-term investors, these are banks that who know the impact of banking sector in the economy and the nature of their service. For me, the stock below 2 naira still remain attractive for any design investor to look at. That means you need to look at your goal and why you are in the market, and that will also guide you the kind of stock you also be positioning as what as the investor. It's very, very important to note all this so that at the end of the day, you will not be rushing out of position and also taking the wrong decision. You need to understand the market you are playing and what is entailed. Yeah, the next one we're looking at is one that came from industrial goods. What we're looking at is the thought that it's the first quarter for the month of first quarter for most of the hotel companies, and for people to call them for Lafarge today who Lafarge. If you look at Lafarge Q1, because that would be a kind of an insight to all of us. Yes, if it's a general thing for the sector, is there any possibility that the subsequent quarters are going to see a turnaround in this earnings, or this is how this sector is going to have this hit in this year of this season? Because we are seeing that yes, during rainy season, that most time construction will start and which we're going to enter. If during dry season we are seeing that their earnings are in this category, what I usually going to expect that it's third quarter and end of the year that will see more reverse, we'll see reversal in this trend. That's why we need to look at it and see how it looks like, and what also we are looking at what is the dividend yield of this individual companies in this industry, and which one should I stick to? Should I sell now and come back to this company? This earnings will also tell you what to do as an investor. But for those that will be in the premier class tomorrow, we'll be discussing more also with others there on this sector by sector. What is the potential in this sector? Then also which sector are we looking at for the week? We might be looking at the banking sector for the week tomorrow. We'll see due diligence on it to see exactly what is expected from that sector. If there's change in policy in terms of rates, how far it's going to go down, how it's going to affect the banks, are you going to boost activities of lending and all those stuff. These are the things we will discuss tomorrow by God in the afternoon. But if you look at the result from WACO, I'll tell you that the company revenue for the period was up slightly. It moved from 90.61 billion to 91.82 billion. That's about just 1.3% in the green. Or because this is a flat number below all standard and all category to look at the fundamental component or earnings of the company. Sorry, look at the earnings of the company. Then if you look at the expenses and also the other income during the period, despite all these other incomes and all, consider the PAT of the company also remain on a southward movement, which is not too good for Lafarge. Consider their first quarter was saw a decline of almost 15% in their bottom line from 17.56 billion to 14.94 billion for the first three months of the year 2023. You can see these are the things. Yes, the balance sheet might look robust and mixed, but I'll tell you that the figure will guide investor on what to do. But all eyes will be what will be the activities or what on the floor. That activity is very, very important. If we are seeing a decline in earnings, that means if at the end of the year the earning per share are likely to also be lower if there's no kind of change in trend within the quarters was expected. That also is a source of concern of many investors are looking at Lafarge at this time. If you look at the profit margin for Lafarge, I think that also there's a decline in profit margin from 19.4 to 16. The profit margin is above, is okay according to all the criteria like international standard of looking at earnings and their performance. For me, these are the things we also look at when when you are looking at the number. No, because this keyword number is it started on a good footing. This good footing is what the performance, but I'll tell you for Lafarge, yes, number is mixed, but I'll tell you compare it to the others in the industry, I see potential in the company, depending on your perspective. If you want to exit and come back, fine, if you want to go position, I look forward to the Q2 number that might change, in fair, but after, as I said earlier, during any season which is coming in this second quarter, there might not be much activity because of rain, but we believe that there's a way that this company can go around it and see better number. But for the first quarter, for the start of Quaco, is not too attractive at this point. A quick one, I want to look at what is happening in the market life. Let's go back to the market because of our time. Let's go back to the market and see what is happening in the market as we speak. If you look at the market situation, you need to also understand that the market is not looking bad at all in terms of activities. Right now, we're having almost a flat market rate, but I see that the market turnover or market indices are still not looking as if investors are still looking at where are we going to go, what are we going to do at this point. But that's why market has also turned green again. I told you at the beginning that the market was going up and down, red and blue. But to speak now at this hour, market is doing 52,301.26. But in terms of basic points, market is up by 10.51, which is bigger 0.01 as we speak, or 0.02 as we speak. That means market is still fine, it fit. For good one, this hour the market is still stabilizing. At the open, it was in green, go down to red, up again. This oscillation is going to continue, but for me, there's no cause for alarm. It's a good one for the market. I said it earlier, the market is flat. We're having 8 losers, and 8 gainers as we speak. We want to look at the top losers right now in this moment. I see that if you look at the top losers, Transcorp have been in terms of on the decline side since on Tuesday the market opened after the mid-first holiday. I think Transcorp been on the downtrend, and that is what we are saying now. It's below 2 naira now, around 1 naira 94. Kobo as we speak, almost about 9.8% down. Also, you can see the life of Charms also in that category. That Charms is down by 6.3, and mutual benefit that was up yesterday, West Africa Prudential and Federal Capital. These are the losers as we speak. But we flip on the gainer start as we speak now. Vesta is leading the pack, followed by International Energy, Custodian investment also in that category. We are seeing e-transact also getting up to almost 4 naira at 9.4%, and internal oil also powerfully around 8.4%. These are the top gainers as we speak, which activities in the market is also improving. But in terms of volume, which is also active stocks, you want to know what is happening. As usual, I told you that because of the numbers of assets, we are seeing improved activities as the payout have changed the narrative about the company, and that is also supporting the group performance in terms of price movement on the exchange. Then as we speak now, Access Bank is leading on the activity side with 68.79 million shares traded so far, followed by UBA 22.11 million shares traded. Party Transcorp here is not less than 21.57 million shares traded, and Fidelity at 570 people, June also 11.68 million shares traded. The last in this list is GT Gold. GT Gold has maintained 24 naira and with 9.22 million shares traded so far. This is the state of the market as we speak. For good, our market is also in green. Quick one, want to look at what is happening on our chart to see exactly, like I said earlier, which I know that people are taking it. The first thing when you come to the market that you want to look at, what to review, what is the chart direction. To assess, is it at a trending market, it's a trending market, or a declining market. You need to understand the position of the market. So that is why as you open your chart, either you day trader, a weekly trader, a monthly or 1 year, you need to look at what is the review the chart, where is the chart going, and what are the the sentiment around the market at this particular time. You are looking at the chart, and also what information are the market looking to see. So once you have all this at the back of your mind, you can use your chart very well, and also to guide you to take your decision. Yes, as we speak now, If you look at the trend in the market now, market is also experiencing like what we call like it's a trending trend now. It's a trending or a ranging market to speak. After the market have shown that that's a breakout from the declining phase. You can see it here on this what I do now. You can see what I do. This decline for market has booked it out, and add a 2 days red. But now we're also like as to speak now, market is in green. Yesterday you can see that market like to side trend as to speak from here now. That means all eyes will be where the market is going now, not technically, but I'll tell you that the earnings that the market price feed on are not looking bad, and momentum also from is entered the market. After yesterday, money flow revealed that almost 70 point forward for money floated that funds are entering the market, and that is why we are seeing more activities in the banking sector and other other services, banking and other service service provider. You can see financial service provider activities improving in them. These are the things we also be considering at this point. But if you look at the chart now, you can see, like I said, the market is starting to call up on our T line because as a good trader, after looking at the market direction, you want to really combine your price, volume, and momentum to know the next step to take to see where the market is also then you can now jump in to conclude whether to buy or sell. That's why you must review your market, review your chart to give you a direction where the market is headed. Once that one is done, you are good to also go. Quickly look at our T line. T line has to be sorry, yes, it has to be what? Has to be 8. Sorry for this class. T line or T line is the blue line. Then the next one I want to look at the stochastic oscillator. We want to know the momentum in the market to know what is happening. We are seeing the money flow. To know what is the stochastic saying, what is the the other side they're saying also. Want to look at it. This is complete what I want to see. You can see that the money flow index, what is going is looking up. As we speak now, it has moved to almost 72 points, which is we tell that funds are entering the market. As the market was coming down, you can see experience what market breakdown this T line here and remain below the T line, all this while before it break out again. And when you can see that front also was leaving the market, you can see it here. But when the market starts coming up, something was responsible as we are seeing payment from dividend from people coming back to the market, and also some maturing instrument in the bond the physical market also provided liquidity. That's changed the narrative that we have seen buying activities. And I said earlier, the buying volume and also the positive and the positive decline and the advanced line was also a good one for me. Then if you look at the money flow, I'll show you. Look at and come and look at the momentum here. What the momentum? I want to tell you that it's strong. Look at where it is. Yes, for me it's a good one. Strong momentum at this point, but still very have a headroom for the market to go depending on information that will come or how the macroeconomic data we're expecting will look like, and then where the direction of the monetary policy will also be looking at. Is it to continue their rate hike as suffocate the economy, or want to start leaving it flat now to start preparing for normalization and rate cut? These are the things to keep our eye across in the market for me to understand where the market is going from here is very, very important. Quick one, now that we're seeing the market on the daily chart, I want to look at what is the market doing on the 1 hour chart. But this is what you need to know. Market is trying flat on the T line, and money flow is looking down at 7, and we're seeing also that the momentum is still looking up for what on the 1 hour chart. Finally, we look at what is the 15 minutes saying about the market now. This one said that market is coming out from oversold region, which I believe that is a good word, and money flows to kind of a flat at 54. And that for me is a good one. Can see in all this, the market is trending or raging on top of the see like that there's still momentum that market still has strength. These are the implications of the telling us at this point. But coming to what's happening in the market, I want to look at some individual stock and see what is happening there. Quick one, just like last time, I want to look at what is happening in access stock. Become the reigning stock at this point now because of the markdown date is closer. You want to see what is happening there that to guide your decision on what to do. Guide your decision on what to do at this point, so that one will know what to do. Yes, I'm looking at access bank. on a 1 hour chart. You can see that in the last 1 hour it has been green, red, green. You can see it here. But the beauty of it is that access was not strong above what the key line. You can see that even when the long back there, it thought that key line, at least 1 hour chart as we speak now. Money flow is looking up around 64, which is very good. And we are seeing a sign already on 1 hour chart on the stock to signal that the stock is also very good. Once it closes out that here, there is potential for asset. For those that are looking for dividend income and capital appreciation, there is possibility there for assets. Quick one, let's come to a day chart to round up this session and continue by Monday. Hopefully, that Monday to Friday, by God grace, will be available in the house. I don't have any program that so that you can do it, analysis and the market, live market to guide what to do. If you look at assets on a day chart, it is powerful. You can see that it continue to maintain it after pulling back around touching when the result was announced. So a breakout here. It touched as high as then 1085. So they start coming down, profit taking. But now you can see a move that has sustained almost 4 to 5 days in the uptrend. Okay, as we speak now, access is trading around 1120 this hour. For me, it's not a bad one. It's 1105 as we speak now, but they are tested on that 1120 today. It's also a good one, and you can see that the momentum here is still very, very strong. And this one on the day chart, you can see pullback and it's going up. For me, there's no cause for alarm. Here, access will be the last for today. Then we'll continue on Monday from here. I say thank you for your time, and for those that for the private class prepared for tomorrow, we'll be discussing more on the earnings that are come and how we're going to benefit from them. Are we trading the earnings? How to help the channel for capital acquisition? How we discuss in the live class tomorrow on the premium section. See you tomorrow by God grace and have a lovely day and enjoy the rest of your trading.